Welcome to my vision on missions for Elite Dangerous. We have Horizons now and I've tried a lot of missions, and I must say that even while you can land on planets, even while you have new activities, they all feel exactly like before, pretty dull. And it actually seems that Frontier has no idea what's a good mission, or it's just me, but judging from what my friends told me and what I see around me, it's not me. Almost nobody likes missions because they are shallow, uninteresting, not rewarding. So what makes a mission good? First of all, it's fun. Mission should be interesting to participate and to complete it. Engaging involves something personal, like direct rivalry between players. Now we have minor factions, major factions, powers. Does anyone feel involved in any of those? Because to me they all are faceless entities and I don't feel any likes or even dislikes. I really don't care any of those. And it's very sad. But it would be so much more interesting to be involved with minor faction, with major faction, with power, to see the result of your doing. Because most of what you are doing, you don't see result. You just do, and background simulation runs and something happens, but you don't even feel engaged and involved in this. So there is just no way for anyone to feel engaged in mission. We don't care the outcome. And of course every mission has to give you something in return. And less interesting and fun mission is, more we need to receive in reward, just to compensate. What we have in Elite, very few missions are interesting and they become old and repetitive very fast. No engagement with major factions or power play, like I said, no personal rivalry between players. Which really is a shame because this game is multiplayer. It's not a single player game connected by internet. We can do all we want, but in the end, we don't see any impact, we don't feel it. We can't compare ourselves with other players, with friends. That's the biggest problem of Elite for now. Even in CQC matches, Frontier does not allow us to have private friend matches. I mean games without experience points, without rankings, just the games where we have two teams of friends fighting with each other, just for fun. And reward, from time to time devs screw balance and we have something really nice, like smuggling, long-range smuggling missions lately. But then, after a short period of time, they fix it. And the fun part is, I've seen a lot of posts about smuggling missions, players really enjoyed them. And you know why they did enjoy it? Because reward is only thing that Elite can offer. There's no fun, no engagement. And especially sad it's because Elite has huge potential. I'm seeing myself playing this game for many years. That's why I make this video. I want Elite to be better. I don't want to stop playing Elite. It's easiest way, I can just stop anytime. But same time I see potential. It's just very bad game designed from developers. Game mechanics are completely wrong. So what's best case scenario? First of all, it's fun, rewarding, engaging. And as you see, best missions are when all these three overlap. So it's fun, rewarding and engaging at the same time. What we have in Elite is sometimes rewarding, not fun, not engaging. And in Elite we even take missions which are not overlapping with not fun, not engaging, at least trying to. We take only sometimes rewarding missions because they all are same. I call those missions, and you can say that about most things in Elite, faceless, not personal. It's very bad. We need to feel engaged to overcome grinding. And in the end we all have different ideas about what fun actually is. We like to fight, it's bounty hunting, piracy. Now we have a new mission where we have to safeguard commodities. I tried it and after 70 minutes I just abandoned because the mission objective is to safeguard commodity which you are given and wait for somebody to come and tell you what to do next. I went to many signal sources, jumped to different systems, visited other points of interest. Nothing. And after an hour and 20 minutes I just abandoned because, let's face it, missions with primary objectives take this and guard it until somebody will tell you Basically it means go, but I will not tell you where, and do, I will not tell you what. Really? And bottom line of fight missions for now, they are kill X ships, like pirates, authority ships, bounty hunters, whatever, and you get your reward. It's as simple and as faceless as possible. Trade, deliver, smuggle, also message delivery I would include there, so it's delivering something from point A to point B. For me the biggest problem with trading missions and hauling missions is that we have 90% of commodities which are utterly useless. Nobody cares about scrap, about algae, about food cartridges, and there are 90% of such commodities which nobody cares. And because of that, all hauling missions feel completely faceless, and you only care about reward because you can complete 100 missions, nothing changed. You can ignore all missions, nothing changed. And suddenly Frontier thinks that if they add this to the mission, it's interesting. No, it's not interesting. Interesting would be if different commodities would be consumed by station, and when they run out of commodities, the price goes up, and then missions are generated you can bring and sell for profit. There can be other consequences like shipyards stop working, repair prices go up, refuel prices go up, you can't outfit your ship or many modules are not available. So it feels like a universe which has consequences. So for me 90% of commodities that we can buy and sell at commodity market are just a place fillers with only one purpose, to slow us down when we are trading, because we have to scroll up and down all these useless commodities. And many of us like to explore, but not a single mission for explorer, none. Especially funny it is if you consider that we have combat rank, trade rank and exploration rank, and no missions for occupations that has its own ranking. How this can be? So many players like to explore and fly around and not a single mission. It is so hard to make a mission where you are asked to fly far away, scan a system and return with scanned data. Really. And other activities like mining. Now we have planetary missions, but there are so much more you could do. It all can be tied to different factions, powers, even naval progression, which is quite lame now. But it deserves its own video because, let's face it, naval progression is just grind in the worst possible way. But there are no co-op missions. Still none. And we have wings from March 10, 2015. It's 9 months we have wings in the game and not a single co-op mission. Such missions alone would improve greatly our experience from missions. Because even doing silly things with friends is much more engaging, interesting and fun than doing this alone. So how to improve missions in Elite? Let's start with existing ones and in no particular order. This is just my opinion. If you have any ideas, I'm sure you have a lot of ideas. Because yeah, Sky is Elite's limit, but for some reason they are keeping their missions in the basement actually, yeah. So like I said, co-op missions, there is no excuse to delay them anymore. Ship-specific missions make those useless pieces of crafting art useful. At least that would justify some ships they introduced lately. But I don't mean only passenger ships like Orca. You can be asked to deliver a note in Imperial Courier, or smuggle in Cobra Mark IV, whatever, just for fun. It's so easy to make those ships useful, at least for specific missions. Just make a nice backstory, give us nice rewards and we will do this. Power play specific missions that will pay you with credits as well as give merits. Let's face it, power play is kinda boring and earning merits is so much grinding. Nobody of my friends keep rating 5 even while they tried. It's just after a week or two it just gets so old, boring and annoying. Why we don't have any missions regarding power play? Make missions in open play slightly more profitable. More players completing missions in open, it's more fun for everyone. So somewhere around 30 to 50% at the beginning and see how it goes. I think it would already give missions some boost, bring some commanders into open play, increase rewards, give some materials. Now we have materials, so why not have some mission materials also? Discounts on ships or modules, or even give modules reward, open access to better missions and rewards. We also were supposed to do something to be able to use black markets, but for some reason anyone can just land and open black market tab if there is a black market. 2 new mission types, regular ones like now, and introduce urgent missions with very limited time requirements and increased in reward. I would say 2 to 3 times increased in reward. An example, smuggle 50 tons of combat stabilizers to 50 light year system, and there are 2 options. You can pick 4 hours for regular delivery or fast delivery in 10 minutes, and you can choose only one. So it's your choice to do it slow and have like 1.5 million, or rush with risk to fail, increase your blood pressure and sphere at each NPC that interdicts you because you're losing time. But at the same time, this is fun. We need challenge because there is no challenge in this game now. And if you fail the mission, you fail it. Sorry, it's your choice to pick risky one but with higher payout. But they really need to have new missions, especially for explorers, like scan all astronomical bodies in System X and return with results, and distance from 500 to 10,000 or even more light years. And the greater the distance, the greater the payout. It's normal. Just check the destination has at least 7-8 astronomical bodies and not just 1 star. Just make it much more fun. Now again, let's take a look at best case scenarios, so fun, rewarding and engaging should all overlap. And for that, my opinion, for that to be true in Elite, we have to introduce excitement of rivalry, race and competition between players into all kind of missions. I call them community missions. Yes, we have community goals, but they are also very shallow. Do you really care if you are in top 5, top 10? You don't see commander names. I want to see top 10. I want to see best commanders. It should be much more personal than 5% and 20%. So, step 1. Every hour is generated random mission from predefined pool of activities. So everyone can pick up his mission, like fighting, racing, delivering, exploring, mining, whatever, smuggling. But it only can be accepted at specific port. So 1 system and 1 station is picked, and the mission will go live only after 6 hours. So the mission is generated, and step 2, mission is automatically announced on Galnet News when it's generated with all details. So everybody can pick his preferred mission type. Time when it goes live also is announced on Galnet News, which system and starport it will be available, so anyone can prepare their ship, fly there, wait for exact time, accept mission and start the race. Because it will be a race between players, it's not faceless, we will see who is winner. Step 3. All who want to participate will have an option to pay entry fee. And winner takes it all. So you pay to participate, but in the end the winner will have very nice reward. And I would say 10,000 to 100,000 credits would be fine. Imagine 1,000 participants, it's already, even with 10,000 credits, it's 10 million. But I think it would add some real excitement to the game. And you can pay entry fee only in open and can't switch back until mission is completed or abandoned, or have 2 separate fees. So all solo players are competing between solo players and all open players between open players, because there are many things you can do much more easy and safe in solo than in open. So in best case scenario we have 2 different groups of players who will be contesting between themselves. One for open players and one for all other. And if we have 2 separate groups, one for open and one for other, then first player in each group who completes a mission will receive reward, including all fees which are paid by players. But we really need some rivalry, and time needed to complete the mission is saved and best time is shown on mission when it appears next time. So we will have a record to break, and who doesn't like to break records, to be the number 1, to see his own name under the mission, to become a benchmark for others to beat. This is what fun is. Even if we do same repetitive stuff, This will keep our interest and of course the reward. And because you pay entry fees in solo, in example, and in open, you should have pretty nice reward in the end, even if base reward is like 1 million, in example. If you beat best time set by another commander, you have 2 million, and if there are 1000 participants, you get extra 10 million for that. All others to complete mission in time receive only mission base reward, so nobody will lose, but the winner will be only one. That can be one of the best ways to pass evening with your friends. Speak trash talk, try to beat their time, be the fastest one, get all money for yourself. And there can be many different missions, from killing very strong enemies, and I mean really strong enemies, like a wing of corvette, cutter, vulture, Ferdinand's Federal Assault Ship Clipper. And in open play it actually might turn as a wing contests, because you can wing up with your friends to kill enemies faster, and then you will see which wing is the best one. You can try and beat that wing. We don't have anything like that now. We really have no challenge now. And you can't make this game with only solo players in mind, because even for solo players, experienced ones, this game is way too easy. And if Frontier wants this game to last for 10 years, or even 5 years, or even 2 years, they will have to focus on experienced players. Make specific missions for them and activities for experienced players. There has to be stuff that anyone can do, starting with new players and ending with very good experienced players. Everyone needs a challenge. And by giving players ability to compete directly between themselves, I think it will really give experienced players something to do. And because there will be different kind of missions, very different kind, anyone should have something to play with. I would even go further and say that we need missions that are almost impossible to complete. And if somebody manages to complete it, he or she will become a legend. And that's exactly what this game needs. And even racing can be introduced. In example, you can participate in race and will have to dock at 5, 10 starports in particular order. Hell, you can even have a marathon where you will have to dock to 100 stations, and the winner will be proud, because that would be accomplishment. You can do that all by your own, I know. You can manage your own races, like create a forum thread, write down who is participating, then require screenshots from each participant. But it's not same. You will not see the winner's name featured right away after the race is finished. You will not see the best time exactly in seconds which you have to beat next time. If you are winner, you will not have the reward from entry fees. You will not feel adrenaline rush through your blood when you see who is in first place and which station he has docked. So you can calculate how far behind you are and you want to be faster. It all will add up to our experience. There's a lot of stuff that we can do on our own, but it will not be the same. Everybody will want to be the winner. Even you will want to beat your own time if you are the winner. That's what makes games exciting. Even after 100 times of flying this race, you will have fun, because each time it will be different, even while exactly same stations. Somebody will prepare materials from framesheet drive injection. Somebody will make ship as light as possible and as fast as possible. There are so many things you will do to prepare yourself. It's like a race in real life. So bottom line, Elite Dangerous is a great game. It's a really great game and it can be so much more. But we need fun, engagement. What we really don't have is player rivalry. It's a multiplayer game, but we can't compete with each other on high level. We can organize all by ourselves, but it's not the same. How many players are actually reading forums on daily basis? But if that's official and every hour is generated one mission, so you will have plenty to choose from. You will have missions for different time zones. It's what we really need from missions in Elite Dangerous. Challenge, rivalry between players, and fun. And if we have entry fees, winners will really have some nice rewards for doing missions. But to implement such missions, Frontier will have to work hard, because they will have to create a new code. However, in the end I think everybody will be the winner. Frontier will be the winners because more and more players will want to play the game for a long period of time, buy new skins, buy new expansions. Finally, Galnet News will have a lot of interesting topics to read. Players will have a lot of stuff to do, to prepare their ships, find the best loadouts, because everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to be on top. Everybody will pick something that he is good at, that he likes most, to kill, to smuggle, to haul, to race. And then we will have a lot of commanders that will be very good at something specific. But this is direct rivalry between players. It's a multiplayer game after all. We need to have a way to challenge each other and see which one actually is best, at least in this exact moment. And I'm sure even by doing 100 times exactly same, we will have many surprises each time. So that was my vision on missions in Elite Dangerous. I'm sure you have a lot of good ideas. Let's just hope Frontier will listen to all of us. Because I never did any missions except when I was ranking up, which was kinda lame. And smuggling, long range smuggling, because they were very profitable. By the way, don't underestimate your power. If you like my ideas, like it, share it. If this video will have enough views, we might actually change something. Fly safe, commanders, and let's hope that Frontier really listens to us.